In the Old Testament, God sent the prophet Samuel to anoint a new king. Samuel arrived at a household with lots of sons, good-looking ones, tall ones, impressive ones. But as each passed by, Samuel sensed that he had not found the one God sent him for yet. "Don't you have any more sons?" he asked. The father was dismissive. "Oh yeah, there's one more, but he's the youngest, not even worth meeting. He's out in the fields with the sheep." Samuel demands that the final son be brought, and it turns out he was God's choice all along. The shepherd boy David became the king, and God showed us this truth. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. David, the overlooked one, captured the gaze of God. Under seas of stars, out in the desert with no one around but a few sheep, he learned to pray, be brave, and dream with God. I wonder if he had any sense on those starry nights of what was coming, what God was preparing him for, in the vastness of that quiet place. He learned to be faithful right where God had him, and that enabled God to place him exactly where he was supposed to be. Where are you today? Maybe you're in a place where it seems no one sees you, and it feels like what you do doesn't matter. Maybe you feel like your potential isn't being used. What are you doing taking care of a few sheep when you sense inside that you're made for so much more? But you're being faithful anyway. You're serving, learning, growing. You aren't settling for the status quo, and yet you are choosing to thrive where you are today as well. Dreams can be seductive. They can make us trade our today for an unknown future. They can turn our thoughts away from what's right in front of us. But not you. You're a God-sized dreamer, and that means you can make a difference anywhere. When Jesus said, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much," he meant folks like you. Listen, my friend, you are seen. You are watched by the one who spoke the world into being, who numbers every hair on your head and knows each care in your heart. If all those details matter to him, don't you think what you're doing right here, right now, does too? What you're doing isn't small if it's what God has for you. It's big and just may lead to something even bigger. Make the most of where you are right now. Give everything you have. God has so much in store for you, and he has so much for you right here too. You are a God-sized dreamer, and you are faithful right where you are. In case you haven't heard it lately, thank you. Thank you for what you do, especially when it seems no one sees, especially when you wonder if it matters at all. It does, and you do too.